Welcome to MSU Inside Out. Alongside Jesse Rochfit, I'm Andre Livingston. Jesse was sick last week. I was sick the week before, but we're back full attack, and we'll promise to stay with you. A lot of great stuff on the show today. $1,000 tuition waiver, a chance to get that for a student here on campus. You have an interesting interview.
Yes, I'll be talking to Assistant Professor of Geology on campus about Geography Awareness Week, which is coming up next week, and Josh has a little information on that right now, but actually coming up in a little bit. Right now we're going to toss it to Bridget. She has what you were talking about, the $1,000 waiver. So Bridget, go ahead and take it away right now.
Thanks guys. As one fall semester is winding down, you can already look forward to next fall with the auctioned off piece of the Minot State tuition. And to tell me a little about that is Alicia Huck. Thank you for being here.
Well, thanks so much for having me today.
And tell me a little about this auction piece. You guys donated to the KMSU auction. It's a $1,000 tuition award. Can you tell me a little about that?
Yeah, it's actually MSU faculty and staff. They're always really happy and excited to be able to support any student-run project. So this is really an exciting opportunity for us to be involved in. And as you said, it's a $1,000 tuition award, and it's for the 2015-2016 academic year. So coming up, it's never too early to prepare, I should say. And there are just a few stipulations when it comes to this award, as there always are.
Can you tell me a little bit about those?
Absolutely. The student has to live on campus, and they have to be an undergraduate student, and they have to currently have a meal plan and be a North Dakota resident, and also a full-time student. So yes, that's just a few of the stipulations.
Okay, so there's a few of those, but I know in the past they have made it known that is it transferable? Can they maybe a parent buy it and then?
I don't know about transferable. I know it's not redeemable for cash, and the original certificate must be presented to the financial aid office in order to be honored. And actually, let me think. But yes, it is non-transferable. Now that I'm coming to think of it, yes, non-transferable.
All right, you heard it here. Well, you know, just a really great way to get a free buck. And again, the KMSU auction is December 4th, so tune into that. Check it out live at 5, and thank you very much for being here.
Yes, thank you again.
All right, and back to you, Josh, and see what we got with the news.
All right, thank you, Bridget. What a great deal that is. This week is Native American Celebration Week. To celebrate, MSU's Native American Center brought in guest speakers, served fly bread tacos, and hosted Mick Jordan, a Native American hip-hop artist in the Beaver Dam. If you've missed out on these events, there's still a chance to take part in the cultural celebration. Everyone is invited to an open house hosted by the MSU Native American Cultural Awareness Club. The open house will take place tomorrow from 11 to 3 in the Native American Center. This year's Christmas shopping may be just one phone call away. The 16th annual KMSU auction is right around the corner, and Minot Automotive Center will once again be joining the auction's Green Club. MSU Inside Out correspondent Elizabeth Ham took a look at this business that has been a longtime supporter of the auction.
Minot Automotive Center has been one of the most generous partners for the KMSU auction over the years. They have donated cars and car starters in the past. General Manager Brad Meyerchen talks about how much he likes donating to the auction.
It's just a great charity to give to. It helps out the MSU school, kids going to different conventions and stuff of that nature, just good for the school.
This year's donation will once again be car starters, which has proven to be one of the hottest items in previous years.
You can come up, pick up your gift certificate from the KMSU auction after you win it, and then you'll just call up here and make an appointment with the store, and you just come on in and get it installed. It takes about 4 hours to have them installed. They're good on any vehicle. We do not do the high-end vehicles. We don't do Mercedes or Audis or Land Rovers or anything of that. They also have to be done with automatic transmissions. They are good anytime. You can come in and just get them installed on any vehicle that you own.
The Minot Automotive Center is located on South Broadway and offers not only used cars, but new models of Jeep, Ram, and Toyota. For MSU Inside Out, I'm Elizabeth Ham.
The KMSU auction is December 4th. Pre-show starts at 5. Next week marks the beginning of Geography Awareness Week, where a series of presentations are set to take place. Art professor Ryan Stander will kick off the week with Monday's presentation of photographic memory at 6 o'clock. Tuesday's presentation, The Classroom as a Sacred Space, consists of an all-star panel of faculty and staff, including Lisa Borden-King, Lori Geller, Carlin Gilseth, and Beth O'Dallin. And geography professor Jacob Sowers takes the stage Wednesday when he'll present What's Magical About Minot. All presentations will be in Memorial 114th, and Jesse Rossman actually has Dr. Sowers here in the studio today to discuss more about this.
Yeah, Josh, like you said, thanks for that little intro right there. Like you said, starting out 27 years ago, President Ronald Reagan declared that the third week of November be Geography Awareness Week, and that's coming up next week. So Minot State, for the first time, will celebrate Geography Awareness Week with the theme of rediscovering sacred space. Joining me now is Professor Jacob Sowers, the Assistant Professor of Geography. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, thank you, Jesse.
So like I said, 27 years ago, Ronald Reagan declared it Geography Awareness Week, and now Minot State, 27 years later, celebrating it for the first time. It's just your third year on campus, you told me. What drove you to start this?
Well, good question. There's only one of me in the geography program, so I wish I could have done it a little bit earlier. I was out of state the other times, but here I'm in state, and I can get it done. And it's very important that it's done because a lot of people haven't taken geography in college, and their only experiences in junior high or high school where they think it's memorization of states and capitals and things like that. But in reality, geography is about interconnections. It's about the depth of place. It's about the why of where and what's going on there. So there's so much more depth to it. So it really needs to be explored. And this week gives us a chance to do that, especially with the theme of rediscovering sacred space.
Yeah, well, honestly, I didn't know it was Geography Awareness Week until this year, so it's good to get it started on campus. Thanks. There's a few presentations coming up next week, like Josh mentioned a little bit earlier. Can you just go in depth about what those presentations will be about?
Yeah, sure. And they're all in Memorial Room 114. It's 6 to 7 p.m. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and the Thursday one is 4:30 to 5:30. But Monday, Ryan Stander, Assistant Professor in Art, and looking at photography and how we can recapture sacred space through the photograph. So he'll be talking about that. And outside of that, we're going to have Minot State University students presenting some of their photos from a trip they took, an abandoned church. So that'll be pretty interesting. And then on Tuesday, it's going to be really exciting, looking at the classroom as a sacred space. Most students wouldn't really think about it that way, but we do have some really energetic faculty who do think that, and that'll be exciting. And then I take the stage on Wednesday looking at what's magical about Minot. And on Thursday, we have a chance for students to actually participate, and we still have room for a few more if they want to sign up, sending me an email at jacob.sowers@minotstateu.edu. But it's a poetry read about sacred spaces on campus. They're sacred spaces.
Like you mentioned, your presentation coming up on Wednesday from 6 to 7 in Memorial 114, and it's titled What's Magical About Minot? Tell me, what is magical about Minot?
What isn't magical about Minot? This stems from my research looking at Minot's gone through a lot of changes in the last 5 years. 40 years before that, the population's changed only about 1,000 or 2,000. Last 5 years, we've seen about 10,000, 15,000 new people become residents or effectively changing the population, and also a flood, a devastating flood hit. So with all of this change, what geographers have found is when residents start to figure out where are their important places, where are their sacred spaces, where are their magical places in Minot, that can help strengthen the roots during this time of change. We're not going to stop the oil boom, but what we can do is understand that each of us have these special places in Minot, and I'm going to be presenting where a lot of the residents have told me their special places are. And also from this research, we can build new special places that they say we need, in Minot. So it's going to be a wonderful talk that's stemming out of my research that has a lot to do with what's going on in Minot today.
With the event happening on campus, of course, you're looking to reach out to some students, but like you want to go broader, more around anyone. Like anyone can come to this event, correct?
Yes. So faculty, staff, students, and the public at large, please. We have enough for about 100 people to come in there, and we want to fill the place. And we have refreshments before and after as well.
That's always a good attention getter.
Yes.
Free food happening. Again, that's Geography Awareness Week happening next week. Joining me was Assistant Professor of Geography, Jacob Sowers at Minot University. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Thanks. So coming up now on MSU Inside Out, we're going to take a quick break, but coming up we have Beaver Hockey and Andre's Fantasy Football with Nolan. Andre will be talking to MSU Theater 24-Hour Play Festival. And of course, as always, we have weather with Emily Medallin. Don't go away.
Thank you to our underwriters.
Buffalo Wild Wings, wings, beer, sports, located on South Broadway across from Walmart.
All-American Trophies, established in 1983, located on South Broadway for all your trophy and screen printing needs.
Art Main, women's clothing, accessories, and art supplies, located on Main Street.
Digital Office Center, offices located in Minot and Bismarck, provides a complete line of Xerox equipment, supplies, and other services.
MSU Hockey Club, the 2013 ACHA Men's Division I National Champions. Visit us online at msubeaverhockey.com or on Facebook and Twitter.
MSU Athletics Department, NCAA Division II, promoting good character and a positive experience. Red Rising.
MSU Red and Green, Minot State University's official student-run newspaper.
Midwest Oil Jobs brings employers, retailers, and other professionals from the Midwest under one roof to connect like-minded individuals.
Creative Property Management, over 45 years in managing properties and finding tenants the right home.
Be seen, be heard on the Alshire, Black Box, and Amphitheater stages. MSU Theater, where we tell the world's story.
MSU Art Department, stimulating creativity campus-wide by providing exhibits and art events.
Fiancé Bridal, located downtown Minot, and now you can shop online.
Pepsi of Minot, the local Pepsi Cola bottling company serving the North Dakota areas of Minot, Dickinson, Devils Lake, Bottineau, and Hettinger.
Rick's Jewelry, where you'll shimmer and shine.
Watney Realtors, full-service real estate agency handling residential, commercial, and investment properties. You can visit them online at minothomes.com.
Spicy Pie, pizza, grinders, beer, located in the Beaver Ridge Plaza.
Happy Joe's Pizza and Ice Cream. Good times to be together.
KCJB 910 AM, Minot's news and information station.
KIZZ FM Z94, Minot's only station for today's hit music.
97 Kicks FM, today's hot new country.
KZTR FM, Minot's rock station, 105.3 The Fox.
KMXA FM, Minot's best music mix. Mix 99.9.
Jacobson Music, family-owned music business with 3 retail locations in Dickinson, Bismarck, and Minot.
Beaver Brew Cafe, a coffee shop run by MSU students in the Beaver Ridge Plaza.
Minot Automotive, offering a superb selection of new 2014-2015 and used Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Toyota models.
Uncle Mattio's, a place where everything is fresh, from pizza dough that's made in store each day to locally grown veggies that are delivered every morning.
KRRZ 1390 AM, Minot's classic hits.
KXMC, local news, weather, and sports.
Bridgeford Construction, licensed and insured for all your concrete needs, residential and commercial.
Ike Heatings, providing immediate sleep and furniture solutions for individuals, families, and commercial properties.
We're back here on MSU Inside Out, still plenty to get to, like I said before the break, sports and your interview with MSU Theater Department. But right now we're going to get to entertainment news. Jamie, it's cold outside. It's very noticeable. I know you have something coming up right now. Just telling us what's going on with the cold.
Yeah, a group over the weekend raised awareness for people that are forced to be out in the cold. So I'll get right to that. More than 40 volunteers face the elements to get just a taste of what homelessness is like. The 12th annual Friesen for a Reason raised homeless awareness funds, and goods. The MSU Student Social Work Program put on the event alongside the Minot Homeless Coalition and the YWCA. The volunteers were out in front of Marketplace on South Broadway with bright signs. They collected donations from 9 to 5. Contrary to what most people think, homelessness is an increasing problem in Minot. In fact, the need has risen by 350% in the past 3 years, according to Mac McLeod, Executive Director of the Minot Homeless Coalition. For more information or to donate, contact the MSU Student Social Work Organization at sswo@minotstateu.edu.
New game announcements and new awards show are the hot topics in this week's rendition of Probably Gaming. Elizabeth Ham has more.
Telltale has finally revealed what gamers wanted to know, the plot for the upcoming Game of Thrones game. Players will navigate the story with 5 different members of the House Forrester as they try to prevent the house from meeting its end. The events of the game are said to begin near the end of Season 3 of the HBO series and finish right before Season 5, all with the signature Telltale gaming style. The first episode of the 6-episode series will be out soon for PC and console. And the video game world is getting a new award show. The Game Awards 2014 will be the first of an annual mainstream video game awards show coming next month. Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, Valve, EA, and Ubisoft are just a few of the backers for this new awards show. People can get tickets for the Las Vegas show now on Ticketmaster, or they can wait and watch on the PlayStation Network, Xbox Live, and Steam. The award show is December 5th at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's it for this week's gaming news. There will be no show next week as I'll be taking part in playing some of those new releases. Until next time, I'm Elizabeth Ham, and I'm Probably Gaming. See you in December.
As stated, Probably Gaming won't be back next week as Elizabeth will be too busy gaming, but don't worry, it will return for our final show. Comedian Pete Lee returns to the MSU campus on Tuesday. The MLife event takes place at 8 p.m. in the Beaver Dam, and the event is free to all MSU students with a current student ID. So, Andre, that's all I have for you guys today.
Well, thanks a lot, Jamie.
You're welcome.
The 24-hour Play Festival is among us at Minot State University. Joining me is Josh Snyder, producer of this festival. Thanks for coming on the show today.
Oh, thank you.
All right, so jumping right into it, tell me what exactly the 24-hour Play Festival is about.
All right, it's put on by our campus players, our theater group here at MSU, and it's about, in 24-hour periods, we write, direct, and perform a few 10-minute plays for the audience in 24 hours. Usually we have a meeting our first night with everyone where everyone kind of brings in either one costume piece and one prop piece, no hats, and these are the only costumes and the only prop pieces that can be used in any of the shows, any of the writers decide to write. And then we have everyone kind of write like a little quote, kind of like in professional theater they have portfolios of all the actors. And so this is kind of like our like little fun thing we like to do to let everyone know kind of like who these people are, like what kind of fun things these people like to do. And then everyone leaves except for myself. I have a co-producer, Katie Abrahamson, and then we have 3 writers this year. And then everyone leaves, and then in the course of about 12 hours, or 11, 10, about 8 p.m. to about 6 a.m. or 7 a.m., these writers must pick their actors randomly, and in that time they write their play. And then about 7 a.m., the next day on Saturday, the directors come in and they figure out which plays they're going to direct, and then they have an hour to prepare for that, and then the actors come in. And then the directors and the directors and the actors go to different rooms in Hartnett Hall, and then they perform their piece. And then I believe at about 4 or 5 p.m. we go through a tech rehearsal, and with that is I have to set up any kind of lights and sound things that they request for their show. And then they in like a regular theater, we have like a tech performance where we involve all that and the costumes and everything. And then they eat and they come back. And then at 7 p.m. on the next day, which is this Saturday, November 15th, we open up our house at 7:30, they perform.
Well, a lot of this seems really spontaneous, you know, on the spot, really quick. What are some difficulties that go into such a just a real quick writer, real quick actor, real quick director? What are some difficulties that come into within all of that?
Problems we've had in the past, we have deadlines we have to meet, and then we don't actually really meet those deadlines. Like we have like a set time we expect all of our actors or directors to be at, and then if they don't make that set time, we have to call them in, we have to find them or wake them up or drag them here. Yeah. And then we have try to keep on our schedule, and then sometimes there's difficulties with that, or someone's sick or someone somehow gets hurt, and it's just a lot of different things we just try to keep maintain our schedule.
That's all. Where is the 24-hour play festival will be in Hartnett Hall, correct? Friday and Saturday, what times?
Actually, it'll only be Saturday night for
Okay.
audience. It'll be at 7:30 in Allshire Theater.
Okay.
House opens at 7. I request and I would advise that more mature audiences for these type of shows. They tend to be more directed towards college students or more mature audience. But they're welcome for everyone to come.
Awesome. That's definitely something to look forward to. Another thing to look forward to is a Christmas play.
Yes.
Could you expound more upon that?
Yeah, our Christmas show this year is It's a Wonderful Life, a live radio play. And if you're familiar with the movie at all, it's just like the movie except on a radio play. And what a radio play is basically, like those 1940s radio shows that they have like their own like Foley sound effects. It's basically that on stage.
Okay.
And then we perform the movie, It's a Wonderful Life.
What is the title of the Christmas play?
It's a Wonderful Life, a live radio play.
When will it be?
It will be December 11th through the 13th, possibly a matinee on the 14th.
Okay, that sounds awesome. And will you be producing, directing, acting?
I play the lead actor in that, George Bailey.
That sounds good. That sounds awesome. Well, you're producing the 24-hour play festival, and you're acting in the Christmas play. You got a lot of hands-on, and I went to the last show you guys did. You guys did amazing. Campus Players is really great. I appreciate you for coming on the show today.
Thank you.
It's awesome talking to you. Hopefully we can get you in soon sometime. The 24-hour play festival, Saturday, 7:30 at Hartnett Hall.
Yep, Allshire Theater.
Allshire Theater. Make sure you go out and support Campus Players. They're really awesome. Appreciate it, Josh Snyder.
Thank you. Appreciate it too.
Another thing to look forward to, sports. Hockey is going on. Nolan's here with hockey. Your team got the win over Jesse's team, huh?
Yeah, Maple Leafs pulled out a big 6-1 victory last night over the Bruins, so I had to let Jesse know about that one. Also, a really good game between Anaheim and LA last night. And even this past weekend, we had some great hockey down at the Mesa.
Yep.
And you could say the Minot State hockey team is on a bit of a tear as of late, as the Beavers extended their win streak to 4 games this past weekend with 2 wins over Iowa State. We'll join Friday night's game in the second period as the Beavers are on the power plays. Logan Haroff finds Brett McNevin, who buries the biscuit. The Beavers lead 1-0. The Cyclones would answer in the third, though, to send it into overtime for this tape-to-tape pass from Lyndon Lipinski to Brett Nesper for the finish. So the Beavers will pick up the first win of the series, 2-1. There's a look at your scoreboard to set up the game for Saturday night that we also join in the second period as Cyclones goalie Scott Isman makes the initial save on Jeremy Johnson, but Mitch peeks there to bang in the rebound. Beavers lead 1-0, and moments later, Dwight Lee skates in, throws a wrister on Isman with some more rebound control, and Robbie Moore buries that one. 2-0 Beavers, sets up this one.
Makes his way through, now he makes a fancy move. Johnson comes all the way in coast to coast, he drives, he scores! My, oh my, Jeremy Johnson's 26th of the year is unbelievable. With one hand on his stick, Johnson goes to the top shelf, right to Grandma's cookie jar. How about a baker's dozen for Jeremy Johnson?
That, of course, is the voice of the Beavers, Nick Hallberg, as the Beavers pick up a 3-2 win after the Cyclones added 2 goals late in the third, but they hung on for it. And the Beavers will take their win streak down south as they will face off against number 2 ranked Arizona State tonight and tomorrow. Their next home game is December 12th against Bottineau. And Andre Livingston puts his left foot in, he takes his left foot out. He puts his left foot in, and he shakes it all about. He does the hokey pokey, and he turns himself around. But that is not what it's all about. It's all about fantasy football for Dre, and he's here with us now to give us his picks for this week.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to week 11 of Andre's Fantasy Football Minute. If you have Cam Newton on your team, you're probably worried after his performance on Monday. Well, don't be. He still had over 300 yards passing and 2 touchdowns. The Falcons have given up that much in each of their last 2 games. Expect Super Cam to be back in week 11. 2 big-name running backs are making their way back from injury. Monty Ball and Ryan Matthews will hopefully be back this week. If they're on the waiver wire, pick them up. I love them going forward. If you're worried about AJ Green and Mohamed Sanu, listen to this. The Saints defense has given up 200 yards receiving and at least 1 touchdown to opposing receivers in 3 of their last 4 games. So expect the Bengals offense to be back on track full attack this week. Are you frustrated with Vernon Davis? Or perhaps you have Jason Witten and you need a tight end? Pick up Michael Rivera. He's put up over 100 yards and 3 touchdowns in his last 2 games. Well, time's up for my Week 11 Minute. Remember, everything will be great if you listen to Dre.
Of course, you can catch more of Andre's picks on the Dre and Jay Show at 6 o'clock tonight right here on KMSU Channel 19. And of course, Jesse, I know the long-anticipated wait for the college basketball season ends tomorrow. How excited are you for that?
I'm so excited for tomorrow. I've been waiting for it since April when UConn cut down the nets. It's going to be very exciting. And now, as we always do, with college basketball starting tomorrow, Andre and I are going to quickly make our preseason Final Four picks. Who you got, Dre?
Like you said, I'm excited for college basketball to start. I got Kentucky, Wisconsin, Louisville, your squad. I love Ricky P. And Villanova. The reason I have Villanova is because Ryan Archie Diacono. He's an underrated point guard, and he's going to put in work.
Absolutely. So I'm going to go with Kentucky, Wisconsin, just like you did. I'm going to go with Duke.
Okay.
Very young stars, very good. And another surprise pick with Gonzaga. Love Kevin Pangos. Very deep, very athletic team coming back.
We'll see.
So we'll see how that happens. Again, college basketball starting tomorrow. But right now, we're going to toss it over to weather with Emily Madolin. Emily, it's good to see you.
Great to see you guys. Yes, unfortunately, I don't have the best news for you tonight, but I mean, you know, it's November, so we never really have the greatest news in North Dakota in November. Let's just take a look at our sky cams right now. In Minot, 16 degrees, but it feels like 4. It feels really cold out there. Wind is at 12 miles per hour. And as we take a look at some of the rest of the temperatures, we can see that tonight it is going to be pretty cold. We will have some sub-zero temperatures tonight. It looks like 13 in Minot, but it is going to be feeling even colder than that because of that wind chill. Now, as we take a look at tomorrow, it will be a mostly clear day of maybe a few scattered clouds kind of passing through. A high of 16 in Minot, 23 in Grand Forks. Now, as we take a look at the western part of the state for Friday night, 2 degrees in Wilson and in Dickinson. There will be a little bit of fog passing through, but that should clear up by the time we get into Saturday. So Saturday we will have partly cloudy skies, 14 for a high in Minot and 5 for a low. It is going to be feeling pretty chilly out there once again. And for Sunday, a little bit cloudier in Minot, but as we look over further towards Williston and Dickinson, Dickinson is going to be experiencing that fog again, but Williston is seeing a little bit of sunshine. Now, taking a look at our extended forecast, Monday should be mostly cloudy and 16 for a high. As we get into Tuesday and Wednesday, though, the sun is coming out. We still will be having those below average temperatures, but it is going to be at least a few degrees warmer and some sunshine. So if we're looking on the bright side, there it is.
It's always good to look on the bright side. Thanks, Emily.
Yes.
Thank you.
Our song of the week for this week is White Rabbit by Egypt Central. Have a good week, everybody.
See you next week.